Okay, so we got lots of interesting developments in this one. Some things that I kind of shake my head a little bit at, and some things that we're gonna have a little bit of difficulty to work with. So, first off, on U.S., let me switch over here to their turn. So they bought a battleship, that a lone battleship cruiser. That's saying, okay, so we can combat that. Battleships, we can overload battleships with subs pretty easily, and their battleships aren't going to be so threatening for us. So this is already saying, okay, not a great purchase, but probably the bigger thing is he attacked Algeria, so he went down there. Not a big deal. Was his non-combat, he didn't leave any transports in C-Zone 44. So I'm not worried about anything over here. He can move his Navy all over here. They're not taking any ground. He has to protect these transports coming back. So as long as I got air threatening down here, he can't. These mean nothing. I don't have to worry about blocking him. I don't even have to worry about staying in 48. I can come back to 36 or 61 or 60 or whatever I want to do, because I don't care if they move in. I'll have enough to dead zone if they move into one of these two, but there's no transport. So I am not worried about it. His transport went back to pick up more guys back this way, which is the whole point. Is just that's just a little bit surprising to me, that move there. He does have 4 destroyers, so the subs are going to have to be a stack move by me, but I can span more subs than he can battleships as far as I'm concerned, so I can work on that. The other interesting thing is he did push Russia back into Japan, so this is an interesting move, and not a bad move at all, except for India, which is weird. I'm talking about Russia up here in Sinking. I apologize if I don't pronounce that correctly, but I'm talking about the Russian move being affected by India. Why? Well, this isn't bad because I only got 1 Japan unit up this direction to go back at it, and if I'm sending everything to attack India, then I can't really attack this, except for the fact that he didn't bring any of his Russian planes or his tank, and that 55 to 60% chance they had of holding India was with using the Russian tanks and tanks fighters back here. So that tells me right now he's planning on pulling these guys out. I assume. I guess I shouldn't make complete work of it, but because otherwise we've got 7 planes. We've got our 11, 13, 16, 18, 20 infantry, 20 ground troops staring down India. Yeah, he can bring these 2 fighters and these 2 bombers, and that's not going to save India. So if he pulls out, all of a sudden that frees up these bombers to do something else. So an artillery with 3 bombers, I don't mind taking that shot. So I don't know that it coordinates well with the fact that he's going to be evacuating India. But that being said, anything where you're taking away Japan troops is not a bad thing in KJF. So not bad. I will be able to pull these guys back, and then he'll be threatening to come on back into there, so I can't just completely just go there and bail out. So, not a bad position for Russia up here. But that also came with the consequence that all he did was trade West Russia instead of stack West Russia. If I was Russia, I would have looked at stacking West Russia this turn. That would have been my play. So he did not. And so that means I'll be able to trade West Russia and Arch if I want to. I can't get to Ukraine, like I said, because I moved that tank back here. If I'd left that tank in here or brought him up to Karelia, I would go ahead and strike that. I forgot that I was killing that fighter in West Russia. I did not need that tank over here to protect Northwest Europe. So it was a little bit of an inefficient play for me. So this artillery is going to grab a 2-pointer for another 2-pointer. We're not going to get Ukraine back this turn. Plus, he's going to grab another 2-pointer for UK next turn. So, a little bit of a bummer there, but we got to move on. And again, as we said, at least we'll be hitting here. And all he would have would be that artillery if he came back, plus all this air. So maybe he brings them back to Egypt. I don't know. Otherwise, we're going to have a little bit of a mini breakthrough with Germany while coming in this way into India. And so these guys are going to get squeezed. on up to Russia, which is not going to make taking Russia any easier because we're way behind of taking Russia because we got to march a ton of troops to the front. So it's going to be an interesting progress here as we go along. So good news is no real threat to Italy other than the artillery, and he could hit it with air. So I'm going to go ahead and take that risk of dropping two units here because I had 42 IPC, so I can build exactly 14 infantry. And now these follow-up turns, we got to build the ground troops for the eventual pressure here. So again, infantry being built here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm good with this because, you know, my goal is by G9. I think we'll be safe holding the Pacific as long as we can get this by G9, hopefully. So we're good with that. So yeah, here we go. So, like I said, we're building 14 infantry. Oops. We're going all in here. We want really good results there. I thought about going just the 2 and risking it, but I think we're going to go 3 infantry, 2 fighters there. So if I can kill these, then Russia's no threat. It's just UK. He'd have 2 ground plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes. So 7 units I could hear, but only 2 local ground. I'm going to be building 2, so I have 3 infantry and AA, and I plan to put all 6 of my fighters. Yeah, all 6 of my fighters in here. So we should be. I feel like we should be pretty good there. And the reason I want my fighters here is if he bails out of here, Japan has to find a way to make sure they got all that air can come back and hit them to retake India. So we want J to be able to take, and if we need to, G fighters can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to help secure India for a turn. We don't like to do that, but it is a possibility. They come down here and then 1, 2, 3, 4 back into here. I don't want to do that, but I want to have that option, because taking that and securing that J3 would be a big boost to Japan one way or the other. So here we go. We're looking for a good clean kill on Egypt. We really want a clean kill and make some headaches down there. Make them pay for the killing my German tank stack. This is for our German tank stack. Revenge. Go, Rommel. Hey. Well, at least a tank hit. Come on. Alright, let's get a miss. Get a miss. Alright. Alright, 1's not bad. I'll take that. Don't want to see that. Come on. Oh, that's brutal. Brutal. Okay, so if I don't take France, I lose 6 IPC. If I use a plane to sacrifice, I lose 10 IPC in the fighter. Either way, even if I take it, he's going to probably take it back. So it's not necessarily that they're going to gain, although it's going to free his fleet to go elsewhere, and so he'll probably get 2 IPC somewhere else. So it'll be an 8 cost of not sacrificing a fighter. It'll be a 10 cost of sacrificing a fighter. So unfortunately, right now, I think I hate to do this. Losing Ukraine and France, that's going to really slow the war machine down. and they're going to really help the Brits out, especially since they're not going to be able to build in India. Well, I shouldn't say that. Especially since they're probably not building in India. Dang it. Can we get something to go my way here? So he's going to have a lot of money to spend 2 turns in a row on this. So they're going to blow up to 4 transports and a fleet here, and we're going to have to be dealing with that. This is going to get ugly. We need to play for a long game, so we need Africa, and India is a positive for us. Hey. Do we want to maybe split these? Maybe we do. Make them have to choose to go that way where we have more forces, or and that way we're still moving forward. So yeah, we want to split these. So if I didn't do this, I'd have to send 6 more here, and then here, and then here. Whereas if they're up here, we can go here, here, here. So let's just mini stack both of these guys. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a very big, strong German war machine, that's for darn sure. At least we should be getting pressure on Russia, collapsing them, and get India shut off so that they're not producing here. So that's a good thing. If we can shut off India, he's got no production coming in from India. We get Russia shut down to their own production. And if we can keep him from breaking through Karelia and just trading here for a long time, hopefully we can pull something out of that. Head colds don't help you when playing Axis and Allies, by the way. Focusing is a little harder. I don't think he has enough he could stack. I hope he can't stack France. So he could grab 1, 3 ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that guy can't make it. He could put 3 fighters. Yeah, so, I mean, and some bombers. So we should be okay there. Okay. I hope I didn't just give him France to stack. That would be really bad. All right. Head colds. Unfamiliar territory. Not the best way to play the game, but I do like this. I do like this. So I like the fact that we're strong down here for trying to make a long game. We got some time bought because the transport went up that way. So the, US 3, US 4 is his biggest threat, but we should be able to combat that by positioning our fleets and whatnot. And so hopefully we can keep them out of these islands until 6, 7, 8, turns. So, all right, there we go.